Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another Q&A Saturday. This is a weekly series I run on my channel where I answer your questions about the next big update for Minecraft, Xbox, and Minecraft PlayStation. We don't know whether it's title update 25, 26, or 27, but I mean the next big update with all the big features from 1.7, potentially 1.8, and even beyond. So, yeah, I get all of these questions from last week's Q&A, so if you want to leave any questions you want me to answer in next week's one, please do leave them in the comments down below. While you're down there, please do like the video and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot, and it lets me know you do like it. And let's get straight into the first question, shall we? Which actually comes in from VXAce9, who asks, hashtag Q&A, do you record live gameplays while doing these Q&As? And can you properly explain a chunk, please? So, part one of this question, I do not do live gameplays 95% of the time. I do a pre-recorded one, I just talk over it. The reason for this is that because I have to get all these questions up, which are little, snippet pictures, which I put on the screen. You can probably see those each time, by the way. I hope someone enjoys those. But yeah, I put the little things on screen, and that means that I have to move over to it, and I have to see it. And if I was doing that in game, there'd be a little pause while I did that. The second reason is because if, let's say, a creeper comes up to me and it terrifies me, I, have to spend some time to run away from the creeper, and I wouldn't be able to focus on the question. And since, there's a lot of focus on the questions in Q&A Saturday, that's half the name, or a third of the name, Q, questions and answers, then yeah, I need to focus on the questions. That's why I do that. So the second part of your question... Oh, by the way, the background gameplay today is some Sky Factory I recorded just before I did this, and yeah, it's I'm still enjoying this little challenge map in the background every now and then. But yeah, second part of your question, can you properly explain a chunk, please? So, a chunk is it's part of the logical way the game works. It's not something you need to run into that much, but a chunk is basically a 16 by 16 by 256 area, and yeah, it's the way the Minecraft world splits itself up. When you render in certain areas, you load it in chunks, so you always load it in 16 by 16 distances, and there's a lot of benefits, there's a lot of things that are based on chunks, but all you need to know is it's the unit of measurement that Minecraft basically works in when it comes to bigger areas. So, yeah, there's also a second type of chunk, it's, I forget the proper name for it, but it's called a logical chunk, and these are 16 by 16 by 16 areas, which is where people get confused, so it's a literal cube. This is what the console version, and I think the PC uses it sometimes, uses to render in different chunks at different levels. This is why sometimes not all of the chunk vertically will load at the same time. So, little console exclusive, I think, fact right there. Hopefully you enjoy it. But let's move on from this question. That was a pretty long one, actually, to the second one, which comes in from Bazooka Penguins. Very nice picture, by the way. It's a penguin with a bazooka. And he asks, or she, will we catch up to the PC on updates, or will we be always a few updates behind them? So, to answer this question, we are trying to catch up to the PC right now. That's what 4J Studios' current goal seems to be. At least I hope it is. They're still not, they're still being a little behind-the-scenes secretive about that whole thing. But yeah, catching up to the PC is definitely going to happen at some point. That was their original goal a long time ago, back when 1.2.5 was the PC update. Now 1.9 is coming out soon, and I imagine that's probably going to be the update we catch up with the PC on. So I imagine 1.8 will come out a little bit before, or maybe at the same time as 1.9, and then 1.9 will come out before 1.10 comes out for PC. I don't know if they're going to call it 2.0, but yeah, so that's what I imagine is going to happen. We will probably catch up with them at some point in the next year and a half. So very good news on that front. I'm looking forward to when that happens. It's going to be a good thing, and the reason I'm so sure about that is because Microsoft have very strong interests in making sure the console version is just as good as the PC. So next question comes in from Jeff Hardy, who asks, do you think they will add custom maps so that players can download them? PS, spell Taco Cat backwards. Yes, Taco Cat backwards is Taco Cat, and in fact, in my TeePublic store, which you can find on my channel, by the way, and hopefully in the description, basically, I actually have a t-shirt that says that already, so just a fun little fact for you, too. But yeah, do you think they'll add custom maps so players can download them? So, this is something they made the slightest step towards with the 360 and 1, and I think if they do add realms, which is one of the features they're probably working on right now, map sharing would make so much sense, because it would mean you'd be more encouraged to buy the service. The reason I think they've worked towards this already is because if you think about it, to transfer your saves from the 360 to the 1, you take it from being a 360 or a 1 save, not a console exclusive save, and you take it, you put it in the air, not really attached to anything. I mean, it's technically attached to your account, but that's only for logistical purposes. If you wanted to, someone else could download your map on their Xbox using, just that method. No modding, no, needing USB sticks, none of that stuff. You can technically give maps of people if they have a 1 and you have a 360 and you trust them. So, all they have to do is, get rid of the tag for person and make some form of way to make sure that every map will be safe. and you can actually make it so people can download other people's maps. So I don't know if they'll add like a like a storefront where you can see everyone's maps and stuff like that, or if it'll just be as simple as, oh yeah, if your friend wants to give you a map download, you can. But yeah, it'd be a really exciting thing. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be a really funny way how they'd have to do it. But if you can have everything managed from the console itself, then you can do some really cool things. So I think Realms will bring with it the ability to download maps, and the fact that you can transfer from the 360 one already means that they've got like half the infrastructure done already. So next question comes in from Blaze Rage 32, who asks #QnA, will we get new potion effects in the next update? And the answer to this one is very simple, because yes, we will. Because in 1.7 the potion of water breathing came in, and in 1.8 the potion of leaping came in, and as well as potentially one or two of those potions. There's also in 1.7 the technical potions. They were they have to use commands on PC, but they might be a creative item. The potions of haste, the potion of I forget all of them, the potion of hunger. There's a few really weird potions in there, and yeah, those potions will also be coming. So at least they should be coming. They might be unavailable for most people, but they will be in the game files somewhere. So new potion effects, yes, that's a nice easy question. I can just say yes, that's a thing that's happening. Blaze Rage 32. Anyway, let's move on to the next question here, which comes in from Dakota Miller, who asks, QnA, Toy Cat, will we ever be able to plug in a USB keyboard and mouse and use that instead of our controllers? So the answer to this one, again, it's simple, but for the opposite reason, because it is a big no. Because basically, if you want to use a USB keyboard and mouse, you can use an adapter. It's got a funny name, I can't remember right now, but it costs a fair amount of money. And the reason that, they're not popular and that, they're not going to become big is because, one, the console isn't the best opportunity to use the keyboard and mouse. They're not going to develop specific support for it, and two, I believe the console manufacturers just don't support mouses and keyboards. Like, you can plug a keyboard into your 360 or your One, and there's a few things you can do with it, but you can't play games with it for very specific, weird reasons. I just imagine they don't want to program support for something they don't imagine people will use. So that is the unfortunate answer to that one, and if you want to use a keyboard and mouse, there is always the PC edition out there. So next question comes in from Freddy Fazbear 101, who asks, #QnA, will there be new blocks like Red Sand? So the answer to this one is yes, there will be lots of new blocks in this next update. Red Sand is probably the most surreal, crazy new one, but there's also going to be podzol. There's also going to be 2 new types of wood, as well as wooden planks, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, potentially, if it does include 1.8, there's a lot more blocks. There are so many blocks coming here. And yeah, it's going to be a really exciting time. I'm pumped. So yeah, lots and lots of new blocks. I just named a few of them there, but this is going to be one of the bigger new blocks coming in an update, and they're all going to be mostly decorative, if that's your sort of thing. So and that's what a lot of people do like a new block. So next question comes in from Slendy Boy, who asks #QnA. By the way, you don't have to use #QnA. People just started doing it, and I read them out, and people assumed you have to. You really don't have to leave that in your comments, but whatever. He asks #QnA. I've been asking this question over and over again. So will we get new mobs, bosses, or dimensions, or biomes? So first of all, you don't have to ask the same question over and over again. I only get around to like 10 questions a week out of 1,000. I wish I could do more, but these videos can only be a certain amount of length, and even if I could do like 100 a week, that'd still only be 10%. So I'm sorry if I can't get around to your question, but obviously, like, the nature of the beast is that I can't. So I'm very, very sorry, but please don't be angry with me, because it's just literally not in my control. Anyway, so the actual question itself, will we get new bosses, mobs, dimensions, or biomes? So mobs, yes. Bosses, potentially not until a lot further in the future. Dimensions, not until a lot further in the future. And biomes are very unlikely till very far in the future, because they did just add with 1.7 a bunch of new ones, and if you start adding new ones now, it starts to make things a bit funny. So yeah, that's the answer to that one. Let's move on to the next question from Thomas Helms, who asks, QnA, if 4J Studios were to ask for something from fans, what do you think would be their number one pick? So I imagine, because like horses, I've mentioned this so much that I'm almost a broken record. I am a broken record. I'll just keep going on loop over and over again. But yeah, horses were the most requested feature for so long. Like, even though they had no sense being on the console, as soon as they were on out PC, like, they were the most requested feature on the console. So I imagine something horse-like, because horses are cool, but people want the next level of horses. So maybe it's, a new set of horses, like, camels and unicorns. That's what I secretly want. But, maybe it's just a new mob that's equally as cute. What if there's the polar bear you only find in the ice biome that gives you pugs and is also mean if you hurt him, and gives you flubber, which is a good source of furnace fuel, maybe. I don't even know, I'm making this up as I go, but you get the point. Like, some new mob is probably going to be the most requested feature from fans, because for some reason that's what people went crazy for before. And if people go crazy for something once, they'll probably go crazy for it again. So yeah, that's going to be my answer to your question. Next question comes in from Brock Mayer, who asks, QnA, will they come out with a skin pack 7 anytime soon? So I imagine if you're asking just about a new skin pack in general, we'll see a new one of those at least every few months. But with skin pack 7, when they first started making skin packs, they did state they wanted to stop at 6. I don't remember if they had a reason. Like, 6 seems like a weird number, and they haven't mentioned it since then. So I don't know if it's stuck in stone, but they still haven't done a skin pack 7, so, or maybe they haven't, I'm just forgetting about it. I'm really worried that's the case. But yeah, skin pack 7, I am very doubtful that we'll see it anytime soon, because they did mention they want to stick at 6. So yeah, we'll see new skin packs, just not skin pack 7. Anyway, let's move on to the final question. That I don't know why they had to be long to drag it out, which comes in from Max Curtis, who asks, hashtag QnA, where do you work, or do you just do YouTube? So as of maybe like 2 weeks from when this video goes up, I will be doing YouTube full time, and that's going to be scary crazy, because I've been in college and, you know, various other work most of the time, but yeah, I'm going to be doing YouTube with a little bit of side work, but 99% full time YouTube, and yeah, it's going to be crazy. So I know some people are like, that's not a real job, and some people are like that, you know, super supportive, like, wow, I'm glad that, yeah, you know, that you can do all this stuff, and thank you to everyone who does support the videos and allows me to do this. It's a hectic job, lots of ups and downs, especially the income side of things, but it is one of my favorite things to do, because I love teaching people facts about Minecraft, and thank you to everyone who decides that's something worth watching. If you want to directly support me, if you're like, you know, because it helps out the not instability from YouTube, I will leave in the description links to Amazon, where you can get a free Prime membership, which helps me out a lot, by the way, and not only does it, you know, it help me out, but it means you get 30 days of, like, free shipping, you get to watch all the things on Amazon Prime Video for free, and you don't have to buy anything or anything, it's fine. So yeah, in the description, I'll leave a link to that. And also, if you are from the UK, if you are looking to buy a contract phone, or your parents are, in fact, just I think a lot better, because I'll link that link in the description for, like, because Amazon has this new buy some phones through us thing that they have promoting. But one final thing you can do if you want to help out is I have a Amazon link in the description. I'll leave that, and if you want to bookmark that, and every time you go on Amazon you use that, it does give me a tiny kickback each time you do it, and it would be very appreciated. But that's just a thing you can do if you want to help that out. So yeah, I do YouTube full time because of people like you, and thank you very much to everyone that does that, and a special thank you to everyone who, you know, uses Amazon and decides to use my referral link. It helps out a lot. But yeah, that's everything I have to say for now. Thank you to everyone who did watch the video. Please do like the video if you did like it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I do a Q&A Saturday every Saturday, as well as a Minecraft console video every single day, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Big thank you to everyone for allowing me to do this full time. It's very appreciated, and I guess I'll see you all in the next video.